The Professional Bull Riders, or PBR, made a stop in Albuquerque on their way to the World Finals in New York. This was at the Pit, a venue of the university, or UNM for you locals. And some may be unaware and somewhat scratching their heads, wondering why I'm talking about the PBR on a channel that covers UFC and WWE. Well, that is because the TKO group owns the PBR, and this is TKO Talk. We cover all things TKO group, and that's what I'm sticking to. This was a 3-day event, and I had the honor of going as a media member. So yes, I sat in media row and took a whole lot of notes, drank a whole lot of coffee, and watched some of the most intense action I have ever seen live. As far as what the TKO group is doing, the PBR is relatively new, and they are a promotion that is gonna have to toe some lines in order to expand their audience. While I was there, it became very evident to me that that is what they are attempting to do. If you've never been to a PBR event recently at least, there is a newfound energy than say maybe 5 years ago. There's a lot more modern music played, a lot more mashups and techno and what have you, classic rock and whatnot, 80s music. It doesn't even matter because the action is the bulls and the riders. And this type of thing may not be everybody's cup of tea for a multitude of reasons. But I can assure you that this is a sport and a promotion that fits perfectly with the TKO group, with the WWE and the UFC. I'm sure plenty of people are aware at this point, the PBR events are streamed live on the WWE channel, PBR Ride Pass, and X. This event is ran much like UFC events. I do watch it on screen at home as well, and the production and the pace and cadence, the way things are delivered, such as ads and crowd shots, very reminiscent of the UFC. There's no doubt in my mind that these companies are trading production tips and camera tricks and whatnot. Personally, I think it's a good thing because you want them all to feel like they belong together. In my opinion, it already feels that way, but I am a unique person in which I like all three. And when boxing comes along, I'll like that. And when jiu-jitsu comes along, I'll like that. The thing for me is I already like things like bull riding and pro wrestling and the UFC. So being a fan of what the TKO group is rounding up, no pun intended, or you know what, fuck it, pun intended, just so happens to be things I like. So maybe there is some bias here, and maybe there is going to be some growing pains for both the promotion and the new audience that they are going after. But make no mistake about it that a newcomer can find some entertainment here. If you're a person like me that's a big animal lover, I can tell you with full confidence, witnessing it firsthand as well as doing thorough research, these animals are treated with respect and treated humanely. The PBR does not use things like cattle prods. Just as an example, I could go on and on, but I'm trying to make this short and sweet. The energy in the pit is frenetic. It may not be the exact same at other arenas because we have a unique venue where things like this are small, cozy, intimate, which I'm sure plays a big role in how insane that energy was, especially Friday and Saturday. Sunday, it took Brinson James a little bit to warm everybody up, or to get everybody warm. And if you're wondering who that is, the article is going to be linked below. There is much more details and thoughts on that. However, you can rest assured that the PBR will be covered here at TKO Talk. Not weekly, not bi-weekly, but it will be covered. The riders themselves pretty cool. Some of them are 19 years old, jumping on these 1,000-pound animals. Plus, 1,000 pounds plus, you know, some is a little less than 1,000. These are big, mean mother scooters, you know what I'm saying? And these guys are completely fearless in jumping in them. There is an amazing amount of energy that a bull can generate, even in a shoot. Now, a lot of the riders have to wear the helmets because that was a rule that was established in 2015, October of 2015. And anybody that's riding now is able to keep riding with their hat if they want. Grandfathered in is the term that PBR uses, but even that, I find wearing the hat and not the headgear terrifying. Especially, I mean, even in the chute or the area where the rider mounts the bull, even in that, these bulls can cause all kinds of chaos. I'll show you a clip right now.
Rider in the standings. He's trying to make the last minute run and get into this world title race. Wait. Not like that. Wait a second.
If this was one of the guys that is riding with the cowboy hats, like Joao, and I know I'm saying his name incorrectly, please forgive me, Ricardo Vieira, who was grandfathered in, wouldn't be no selfies for a week or two after that. You know what I'm saying? I saw a bull jump 6 to 8 feet in the air after bucking off the rider. That's all over the internet now, and I'll show you on screen right now the footage from the PBR themselves. This isn't from me.
Vertical. This bull gets way up in the air right here.
Odie, what do you think?
I think he did pretty good.
Wow, how high was that?
I don't know.
Really high.
That is crazy. Look at how high those front legs are right there.
These dudes get thrown around in crazy ways. They land in crazy angles. The chaps and the vests do protect them somewhat. By the way, I saw a bull buck a rider off and land one of the hooves square in his torso.
After the buck off, it is just good to see Colton up.
You want to talk about a guy just being tough right there. I mean, that was a tough shot he took. This is the move I was talking about right here from Bandito Bug. You had to be paying attention to, but that right there, I mean, that is tough right there.
That is why vests were invented.
And this dude got on up and waved to everybody. They have bull rankings, which I really enjoy. There's an undefeated bull, we'll see if it lasts all the way to the World Finals, which is in May, named Manhater. This 19-year-old kid, Ethan Winkler, in the final round of the championship day, which was Sunday, got to choose which bull he wanted, and he chose this thing. And this bull is enormous. Is one of the scariest bulls I ever seen. There are loud fireworks. There is downtime entertainment. Fun and games for the audience. There are charismatic riders who are connecting left and right, and very young to connect with the younger audience. The Ethan Winkler, Hudson Bolton, Dalton Castle, John Crimber. These are some bad mofos, and they're on the right path to getting that crossover. Funnily enough, the article I wrote a couple of days ago, GQ put one up today as of this recording, kind of similar to mine, wondering if it can cross over into mainstream, or a little bit different phrasing where I am thinking, where does it fit in with the TKO group in the TKO era? And it does fit just perfectly, by the way, spoiler alert. But I think both articles you should give a read. I haven't seen any others out there for the PBR, but there should be some more people covering it. The commentary does remind me of the UFC as well. Albuquerque had a couple of fan favorites at the pit, especially the native Keyshawn Whitehorse. I believe he's in Utah now. I believe that's where they said he was from now. Another very charismatic rider. He didn't clinch number one for the Ty Murray Invitational, which is what this event was, but he still got ovation after ovation every time he came out to ride. Will I be watching this? Yes, I was watching it before I made this video or before I went as media, but I will not be covering it as much as UFC or WWE, at least not, as I said earlier, at least not right now. There's just a little bit too much going on. But TKO Talk will be revisiting the PBR for the World Finals in May. If you've never been around this culture, you know nothing about it. You know nothing about bull riding, but you are open-minded. I definitely recommend giving it a chance. I know sometimes we get an itch for whatever's missing on the weekend, but in my opinion, this is better than a lot of stuff that is out there when nothing else is on. And I'm not even saying this is something you should only watch when nothing else is on. But in one of those moments, those lull moments of your weekend, give it a shot. You might find yourself a fan. You might become addicted, like me. The sport is fast-paced and frenetic. The animals are well taken care of, not abused in any way whatsoever from what I was able to tell. And again, I had media access. I'm an animal lover. I was watching the whole time. I saw nothing but love and respect, and actually we had to give the bulls a round of applause a few times. They wanted all the smoke. Sometimes they wouldn't even go back into the pen, and they had to get the border patrol assistant guys to help out. There's this one dude on this big ass beautiful horse that lassos very well, knows exactly what he's doing. Peacefully lassos the bulls, like the rope just kind of lays on them, and they kind of already know what that means is to run away back into the pen. One bull didn't want that at all, bro. He said, bring it, motherfuckers, let's see what's up. One bull damn near jumped out of the chute. Like, shit like this is amazing to me. And then things can be like even cute, like all cute. One bull got dizzy. It's adorable. It's adorable. The second night, which was Saturday, they went ahead and gave some nod. They gave a lot of nod to the Navajo Nation, but they gave some extra nod on Saturday night. They had a 12-year-old girl in full native gear sing the Star Spangled Banner in her native language. That was awesome to see. Things like this, that was very much good to see. The nod to the bulls was very much good to see. The riders, some of the ballsiest people that exist. I mean, ultra charismatic. And I really would like to know what the fitness regime is to be able to jump on a bull and control a ride for 8 seconds. By the way, the World Finals, it's got to be 8.5. And let me tell you, every single second while one of those riders is on a bull feels like an eternity. PBR, welcome to the TKO group.
Hey, I'm not surprised, motherfuckers.